Welcome to Come Get Woo Woo. We're your hosts, Becky and Roe, here to hold space for the unseen, the unspoken, and the deeply felt. This is a place for seekers, for those who sense that there's more, for those who hear between the words, feel beyond the room, and know without knowing why.
Together, we'll explore the language of spirit, the clarity of your clairs, and the signs that rise up when you're ready to notice. You're not imagining it, you're remembering it. This is Come Get Woo Woo.
Hey, Woo Woo Seekers. Welcome to today's episode of Come Get Woo Woo with Becky and Roe. I'm Becky.
And I'm Ro. Before we dive into today's episode of Messages in Motion, what Spirit revealed this month, let's do a check-in. Becky, what's new?
Well, actually, I've got some fun things coming up. I am planning on attending a show that I like to volunteer for. It's called the Edge Reawakened event. This will be the third year running. So if you're in the Minnesota area, pop in. Our friend Dawn will also be there.
Oh, very cool.
So I'll get to talk to her.
Does she have a booth?
She does. She'll be doing some readings. I'll also be continue to do the readings at Echo Bodine Center for Intuitive Living on the first Saturday of the month. And if you want, you can reach me at becky@comegetwoowoo.com. How about you, Ro? Anything going on?
Very cool. So this weekend, I'm really excited because Anastasia's here, so we get to hang out, except for tonight because we're hanging out. And I'm really excited about next month, too, because we're doing a 3-part series special that we're calling Guided Support, which I know you'll talk about later. But we also have some podcast companion meditations that are going with these themes, which can be found on our at Come Get Woo Woo channel on YouTube, or you can find them on our website, comegetwoowoo.com. And remember, interacting with our videos helps us reach the people who need it most.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So let's get started. We take these words one at a time, sharing what comes through for us across the clairs, from listening to our word meditations that you can find on our Woo Woo Seekers channel on YouTube. You may not, and we may not receive messages through every clair each time, and that's okay. As your clairs strengthen, new senses may appear, and revisiting the same word can reveal even more layers of guidance over time. There are bonus prompts for each of these words in our books, and we encourage you to explore those deeply on your own. We will not be sharing the bonus prompts in these episodes. You may notice how Spirit may communicate differently for each of us. Sometimes one clair is stronger for me and another for Ro. This is why Spirit adapts its messages, so we each receive guidance in the way that we're most able to understand it and act on it. After we move through this month's words, we'll be shifting into our 2 animal energies and explore their messages more deeply together. Every time we practice and share, we expand our understanding of how Spirit communicates through everyday life. And that's the beauty of building this spiritual dictionary. As it grows, so does your connection to Spirit. So let's get into today's episode. Each week, we gave you words from our Woo Woo Seekers Journal series. And today is the day that Ro and I share our experiences building the spiritual dictionary together with anyone who's playing along. Sometimes the messages align and sometimes they don't. The experience is still valid either way. One word can open different doors depending on what each person needs to receive. Last month, with Euphoria, Ro experienced moments of joy through meaningful experiences like traveling, connection, beauty, animals, and memories that felt deeply alive and present. Where I experienced euphoria in a soaring eagle, freedom, wind, and expansive sense of peace. Different imagery, same message. Euphoria is a state of deep inner peace that comes from fully experiencing life. And then with Cup, Ro was shown connection, warmth, and shared moments that became cherished memories. I received an image of filled cup and the importance of emotional balance and self-nurturing before giving to others. Different imagery, same truth coming through. Fulfillment begins within, and from that fullness, love and connection naturally flow outward.
We'll be starting with the first book of the Woo Woo Seeker's Journal, A Journey for Your Signs and Symbols. This book is organized into 3 categories: emotion and states, people and places, and everyday objects. If you don't have a copy, no worries. Just grab a notebook and follow along. If you would like one, visit comegetwoowoo.com, click on the Woo Woo Seeker's Journals, and you can purchase through Amazon. You can also search the Woo Woo Seeker's Journal directly on Amazon. Whether it's an emotion, a place, or an everyday object, Spirit leaves messages everywhere when we slow down and tune in. These episodes give us space to practice, compare, and grow our spiritual language together. Each month, we explore 6 words across 3 categories, noticing how guidance comes through the clairs and how differently messages can be received. As we share our experiences, you'll notice how uniquely each of us receives guidance. Spirit speaks in many ways, and sometimes the most ordinary symbols carry the most meaningful messages. This month, our words fall into 3 categories: emotions and states. We have forgiveness and freedom. People and places, we have friend and garden, and everyday objects, we have door and envelope. And now for the fun part. We didn't talk about our experience ahead of time. So just like you, we're hearing everything fresh in the moment. Sometimes our messages align, sometimes they don't, but both experiences are valid and both reveal something meaningful. So grab your journal, open your senses, and join us as we explore what Spirit revealed this month. Let's dive in. So, Becky, do you want to start us off with forgiveness?
Okay, we can do that. The first thing that I saw when I went into meditation was, it was so colorful, and there was almost this detached scene. It was me looking at the happenings. So it's almost like I was outside looking in. And the scene was people, and it was many different types of people. There was every known type of person, in different garb and different nationalities and everything. They were all in this big, gigantic room. And all I saw was them laughing, putting their arms around each other, just almost like this peaceful, like we need to get to know each other, we need to come together type of atmosphere. And it felt like a relief and a celebration. I heard and felt like backs being patted, if you're patting somebody on the back, not like super hard, but you know what I mean.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
If you're patting somebody on the back of like, good job, that was more of the vibe that I was getting. It was more of a full on togetherness that I felt. And, there wasn't too much more than that, but I got the words, everything's going to work out. So I should have gone back and to see if I could get a little bit more, but I didn't. And that's on me. That was my bad. But yeah.
I love it. Wow.
How about you? What did you get?
So first I saw clouds. In the clouds, I saw a heart with wings. And the heart, they were floating down into hands that were stretched outwards and ready to catch it. When the hands caught the heart was put toward the chest and it like incorporated with the other heart. So it was like the heart that was floating was the heart that needed to be forgiven, and the other heart was the forgiveness.
Very cool.
So there was a sense of peace and calmness when the 2 hearts melted into one, and like any anger or hurt floated away. And the knowing was sometimes it's hard to forgive, like especially for those that hurt you time and time again. But when you forgive, you for your own heart, it brings you peace. So it's not a matter of forgiving someone else. It's that you need to forgive for you.
I've heard that line before where, forgiveness isn't for that person. It's for you.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. And it's pretty powerful. So that's pretty powerful. Gosh, that's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
As you're talking
about,
were you?
Yeah. I was like, wow, what's this heart floating with wings, no less?
I love it. I love it. The only thing that I kept on imagining is I'm trying to think what meditation it was for, but you used a cloud for the image that was in the shape of a heart. That's what I kept on visioning while you were talking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was last month, wasn't it?
I don't even remember what month it was. And I don't even remember what word it was for, but it was, that's what I kept on visualizing when you were talking.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So what about freedom? What do you have for freedom?
It's funny that you mentioned that. So it started off with the picture of the meditation, which is a cloud with the words freedom written on it.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
So then it was like I was wearing a red cape like Superman and getting to where I needed to go. It was my time frame, like no traffic, no waiting on trains, just being where I needed to be with no hassles. And there was probably something that inspired all of this, but I'll do that after.
Okay.
So the knowing was freedom can take many forms. Many people think of freedom differently from who they are to where they live. A freedom feeling is defined by the person who's experiencing it. So I believe my meditation was based off of my travels to work this week.
Oh.
So Monday, it took me 2 hours to get to work by train because it was a holiday. They're doing some work on New Jersey Transit. And then Thursday, I missed my train because I couldn't run fast enough to get it. So my freedom was being able to get where I could get with nothing in my way. Now, how about you?
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so freedom for me, what I saw was, do you remember the scene from Sound of Music? Where she is literally in the middle of this big, huge field and it's above her and she's got her arms stretched out.
Yes.
Okay, that is the scene that I was looking at. But I was her, so it was just this great open, wide spaces. And there was almost like a lightness that you didn't have on my shoulders. You know how you just kind of feel weighed down sometimes?
Mm.
And so what I knew about that scene is release of the old beliefs and weight that has been holding me back and down. That was the knowing I had. But I also got the words, freedom is given, not earned.
Oh.
So you don't have to earn freedom. You have to almost take freedom. It's given to you rightly. But what ties us down and everything like that and binds us up is sometimes the belief systems that we hold.
Or the train systems.
Yes. But I did have a smelling. I did. And I smelled the salty, fresh air. So I don't know how salty air can be fresh, but it was.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. To the point where my mouth water and everything. And I'm not 100% sure why, but yeah. So that was pretty interesting for certain. Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
How is your friend? My friend is a little sad.
It's a little happy. Do you want to do yours first? We'll do your sad friend and I'll do my happy friend.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's funny how the pictures and the meditations start me off. So one of the photos in the meditation was a girl on a park bench. And that's what I saw, a girl on a park bench. Except for she was staring at a phone. And I thought maybe she was waiting on someone. She would look around and then go back to the phone. Now, I don't know if this next part is influenced from our future episodes, but around her were beings that don't exist in this world. Some had wings, some didn't, but they were there to support her support team. And in front of her was a girl similar to her age with her arms on her knees. So she was like leaning on the floor with her arms on the girl's knees. Her face was in the same spot as her phone, the girl in spirit. So her face was like where the phone would be. And the girl on the bench, I could feel grief and sadness and how lost she felt. Although I can feel that her pain, she blocked it. She wasn't allowing herself to feel anything. And the message or the knowing I got is you need to feel your pain and feel the love and support you have around you. That was my friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a little sad. Now mine, it's not as deep as that. In fact, I was laughing because I swear to God, my guides were just having fun. Because,
good.
because all I heard was, and I hope you've seen this movie, Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because all I heard was, fish are your friends, not food. I also did hear everyone's your friend until they're not. So those are the things I heard. But the thing that I seen was watching a time-lapse video. And it was of all the people that have come and gone through my life. Then it went to another reel, and it was the people that had come but stayed.
Oh.
Yeah. And then some that I didn't know, or it kind of felt like that I did know them, but I didn't know them. I didn't know them personally. I'll just read what I wrote.
Okay.
The ones that I didn't recognize, some of those were the people that I had yet to come. And then some of them were lives that I touched without even knowing that I touched them.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it started small. I make a habit, if I make eye contact with anyone, I smile at them.
Yes, so do I.
And who knows if that smile just turned their day around. And that's the feeling I had as I was going through, is you can be a friend without even knowing that you were being a friend.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Even small compliments help.
Absolutely.
I love your hair today.
Yep. I think you get less closed off when you have that little bit of conversation with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was what I got for a friend. That was all I got, but it was funny. I thought it was great.
And very uplifting.
Very uplifting. The next one we have is garden. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I could start.
Perfect.
I know we'll be going over this, but I did this one right after envelope. And I felt I was in the garden of the envelope.
Ooh, okay. The one that was in the picture?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
So everything was so lush and sturdy, but the plants were so sturdy that they almost felt like they were fake, almost plastic.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a monarch butterfly flying around, and the colors were very vibrant. And I kept hearing planting seeds, planting seeds. And I smelled roses. You know, I usually don't smell or taste in these, but I did smell roses. And it just smelled very flowery. The knowing I got is when you plant seeds, you need to plant them with love so that they grow strong and vibrant like the garden itself. But this doesn't pertain to just the garden itself. It's everything that you do. So plant your seeds with love and care, and what you will grow will be amazing.
That pulls the one energy in completely.
Oh, very true. Yes.
Yep.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Very, very much. So mine wasn't, it was a bit different. Okay, so that I grew up in the country. And one of the things that my dad had is he had at one point, and the first thing that I saw was this picture. Now, I have no idea, and I would try to find it for you. I have no idea where it would be. It's a picture of my dad and I. And literally, I think I'm 2 at the time. And I'm sitting on his knee, and he's kneeling down in the garden that we had. And it's like rows and rows of peas. We had so many peas. That's what I remember. And tomatoes and everything. It was like a humongous garden. And both of us have just got these gigantic grins on. And I heard simpler times. That's what I heard. Oh. Simpler times. So sometimes you have to hunt in a garden. I don't know if you've ever had a garden. Any kind of garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 black thumbs, but yeah, I've had a garden.
So I've tried my hand before I moved here in my old house, and now I actually help with my sister. Mostly she does the work. But like, we've not had peas, but we've certainly had green beans. And that is what it brought to mind. So green beans, I don't know if you've ever had them, but green beans, they kind of disguise themselves. So you'll have to hunt for the ones that are ready and ripe, because if you don't, you'll come back 2 days later and the thing is like a foot long. So that is, sometimes you have to hunt for the veggies and fruit. That's kind of the concept that I was hearing.
Okay.
And if you don't pay attention, I know they were telling me this. If you don't pay attention, you will miss the treasure that you seek.
Oh.
Yes. But here's the fun thing. I know I've discussed, I have a cousin of mine that we were peas in a pod. So there is actually a picture of the 2 of us at a family gathering back when I was, God, I don't know, probably 6. And she is literally 6 weeks younger than I am. So we're both 6. And I am fishing out peas from a macaroni salad and feeding them to her and myself. So I was tasting the peas in my mouth, but I also saw little hands going through the garden and looking for things. I don't know. And they were like dirty hands. So they were like kid hands. They were like very in the dirt hands. Probably my hands growing up.
Or every kid's hands, right?
Or every kid's hands, yes. But yeah, so that's what I got for garden. But, I was thinking that I was going to go in there and I was going to go down the path that we use for the Soul's Garden, kind of whenever I go into that visual. And it wasn't at all. It, like I said, it was simpler times.
It seems like you had 2 very different messages there, though.
I do. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to go in the Soul's Garden too, but didn't.
I love it how they're always, oh yeah, you think that you're going to do this? Yeah, no, we're not going to do that at all. No, we're just going to change it all together. We're going to, no, you don't get to do that.
Nope.
Do you want me to start with door?
Yeah, if you like.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I got to go back to my page that.
I have mine all typed on the screen.
I know. I'm old. I'm offline. You know this.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to read my writing.
Okay. So door, I actually saw the door from the sacred tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and as I was approaching it, it just slowly opened, gently opened up. And I had the glowing and everything. So that's the door that I saw. The thought that I had, or the knowing that I had, was the only door that is closed to you are those that were never meant for you. And then I actually felt and smelled the oak of the door. And I just knew that it was a very strong, solid, heavy door. But I felt, as I was walking into it, I felt anxious and excited all at the same time, knowing that the adventure simply awaits for me to step into them. And also the roughness of the door. I felt that, on my hands. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I had.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What did you have?
Okay. So I started out in a plain room. There was like no decorations or anything like that. And there was like an orange door in front of me, but it was like a light orange, almost peachy color, and I opened it up and it was pitch black.
Oh.
So black that you couldn't see anything. So like I had to put like one foot on the floor to make sure there was a floor. That's how dark it was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I stepped in and I felt my way for a switch to turn on the lights. And when I flicked on this switch, it was like a ceiling opened up and the room was marble. And ahead of me was stairs. So I climbed the stairs and I kept climbing and I passed a purple door. And I wanted to keep going up and up. That purple door, I had keep thinking about that purple door and I had to go back down and go to the purple door. It was that feeling, like you must go. You can't go on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that purple door, I opened the door and the room was pitch black and I turned on the light switch and there were more steps. So I went up those steps and I kept going up until I hit a green door and I opened that room and there were more steps. So the knowing I got is every door you open is a door that leads you in a direction that you need to be. Every door you choose not to open, eventually you'll be led back to the door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so keep opening the doors and you'll find you'll get to where you need to be faster.
Huh. So the only one standing in your way is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process.
Yeah. I was like, with all these stairs, I'm getting tired walking on these stairs.
Your guides were really heavy this month.
I know.
Oh my gosh. What lessons did you need to learn?
I know.
Man.
I don't get it.
Do you want to start us off with the envelope then?
Oh, sure. Mine's short and sweet.
Okay.
I saw an envelope, but in the middle of the envelope was a magical world. A small white butterfly was flying around. Inside the magical world, the colors were bright and there was a unicorn. And I tried to put a Pegasus in there too, but it wasn't meant to be in there. Like, you can't have a magical world without a Pegasus as well, but whatever. So, a little argument with myself. Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
So the knowing I got was be the envelope. Go
Oh,
to
okay.
go to magical places just as an envelope would when you place a stamp on it and mail it. Short and sweet this time.
Very, very cool. So mine, I saw this classic white envelope, and I saw that envelope being passed from hand to hand in different times. So, like, it would jump from, futuristic time to old times to horseback, back and forth. And it was dirty hands, it was clean hands, it was sophisticated hands, it was always different hands. So it was kind of this collage of different envelopes being passed to different people. And the whole time I'm seeing it being passed from hand to hand to hand to hand, I felt the energy of the person receiving it. Sometimes it was really bad news, and I would feel that heaviness.
Uh-huh.
And then I would feel the excitement from another one, and then laughter from another one, crying from another one. And, I had this parade of different emotions with every single envelope. And this is what I heard. Throughout time, the envelope has been a carrier of news. That was kind of the knowing, or what I heard. Though I have to ask, though, have you ever tasted an envelope? In all those times, I kept on thinking, why does this not taste better? Because it's evolved over time, right? And it still tastes awful. So why in the heck have we not changed that?
That's why I buy the envelopes that you could just pull the sticker off instead.
I'm still old school. I gotta lick mine. They're the cheaper ones. I'm just too much of a cheapskate sometimes. Oh, well.
Yeah, I just don't like the taste.
But that's what I kept on thinking afterwards. I'm like, that's a question I'd really like to know the answer to. Why is it? And once you've licked it, you better put it on the paper really fastly. Otherwise, you're not getting it closed ever again.
That's true.
So that is what I had for envelope. That one, it was funny, but it was so many different emotions that it was hard to keep up. Yeah. And I think that was, like I said, it wasn't heavy, but it was just, like I said, the message that it said is throughout time, the envelope is always carried news. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes it's junk mail.
And sometimes it's junk mail. Got a lot of that too.
But no, it's amazing. Like, who would have thought that envelope would have carried such a message?
I know. But right? Yeah, it was yeah, yours was so different. Mm-hmm. I like yours better. I want an envelope full of a magical world. Mine will have a Pegasus then, just to please you, though.
I tried putting it in, and it's like, no, it doesn't belong there. I'm like, I want it there. It's a magical being, like a unicorn.
Well, speaking of unicorns, we talked about exploring 2 animal energies this month.
Yes.
Now, neither one of these are tied to a meditation. Instead, we're inviting you to notice how these animals show up symbolically, energetically, and even physically in your world. Animals carry their own language of presence, instinct, and awareness. When we slow down and observe them, they can offer insight in ways that feel simple but deeply meaningful. So this month, our animal focuses are bear and blue jay. We're going to give you our interpretations and some spiritual meanings we found while researching representing these animals. Ro, would you like to start us off with the bear?
Oh, I'd love to. So a bear moves through the world with awareness. It listens more than it acts. And when it acts, it's decisive. A bear knows when to be visible and when to retreat. It's a strong connection to cycles, active seasons, and deep rest, nourishment, and solitude, coming stronger after withdrawal. A bear doesn't chase, it responds when necessary. And not all bear energy feels the same. So, for instance, a black bear is more adaptable, curious, often avoids conflict, less pushed. This bear can feel like learning how to exist safely in changing environments. And then we have the grizzly bear, more dominant and assertive. They're less flexible. This bear can show up around territory, leadership, and standing your ground without negotiation. And then you have the polar bear, which is highly specialized, isolated, enduring extreme conditions. This bear can connect to survival, resilience, and walking alone through unfamiliar terrain. And a panda bear, they're more selective and gentle. They move slowly and conserve energy, often avoids conflict, chooses calm environments. This bear can feel like protecting your peace, choosing what truly nourishes you, and allowing softness to exist alongside strength. Now, spiritually, the internet often says bear is commonly associated with strength, protection, grounding, healing, and introspection. Many traditions link the bear to the inner world, dream time, and the wisdom gained through rest. Bear is often seen as a guardian or a teacher of boundaries and self-trust.
Very cool. So now Roe knows about this. While I was doing some cleaning, I found my dream book, and it's Symbols for Self-Understanding by Betty Bathnards. Bathnards? Bathnards. I apologize if I butchered it. But so I actually looked up bear in my dream book. And I'll actually put a picture of this book on our website in the extras. Anyway, so what the dream book actually explained, it said the symbol of bear is strength and power, which is really what you just talked about, Ro. But in a dream, it can represent inconsistent emotional energy, not being trusted, and can also be violent or cuddly, charming or crabby. Mm-hmm. And it's also associated with the second and third chakras, which I didn't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So now we've talked about my tarot deck that I have. I just thought I'd read you a little snippet of what it says out of the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck by Kim Carnes. It's Krans. And I'll put a picture of that on the website also. So according to this, bear means waking from spiritual slumber and begin anew. And the snippet that I actually took from it, the bear card represents an individual on the cusp of a new direction and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Oh, wow. I just thought that was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we go into Blue Jay, what was your first impression of bear? Like when I first thought of bear, I thought of the brown grizzly bear, and mama bear was what came to my mind.
100% right there with you. I thought that was, protection. So, yeah. I also see them. Okay. So in Minnesota, Minnesota, actually, they actually have, it's called Glen Schuette's Bear Sanctuary. And this is a place, and I've been there a couple of times, and there's a bunch of acres, and they're all black bears in the wild. So you're on this platform that sits, I think, 10, 12 feet in the air. And the bears rule that area. If a bear is sitting in the middle of the road, the bus isn't get, because you park one place and then the bus takes you to another place. And one of the things that it was the coolest thing. So to protect their cubs, they instruct the cubs, I would assume. But the cubs actually nest in the trees and they sleep the whole time that mother is actually down there eating. It's the coolest thing.
Oh.
So you're 10 to 12 feet up, right? The little cubs are right there. And they could be
so
up
cool.
to it. Yeah, it's really cool. So I also envision that it's a community without being a community, because they all come in at different times. But these people that run this, they do not interfere. So if somebody's injured or anything, they do name them. It's really cool. But you think that, okay, I've seen a bear. I literally, we stayed there for like 2 hours watching these bears interact, eat. The coolest thing.
Yeah.
And the simplest thing.
Yeah, sanctuaries are pretty cool. We went to a wolf one, and that was pretty awesome. Similar, they don't get involved, and they have their own little cliques, you know?
Yeah.
So our next one is blue jays, and the first thing that popped into my mind when we mentioned blue jays was messenger.
Oh, yeah. Can definitely see that. I used to have a bird feeder, and it was right outside my big picture window in my old house. And we always called it bird TV because we had a dog. The dog and the cat would sit and watch the birds all winter long. It was bird TV. But they would always chase away the other birds. Blue jays did. Yeah.
Wow. Do you want to go over like what a blue jay is like?
I will. So blue jays are vocal, intelligent, and observant. They watch everything. They remember patterns. They don't shy away from making noise when something feels off. There's a social awareness there. Blue jays know how to communicate within a group and how to disrupt when needed. It can feel playful and sharp depending on the situation. Spiritually, the internet often says blue jays are often linked to communication, clarity, truth-telling, and protection through awareness. Some interpretations connect blue jays to curiosity, adaptability, and courage to speak even when it's uncomfortable. It's also sometimes seen as a messenger, like you were talking about, not always gentle, but honest. Blue jays are often territorial, assertive, and chase other birds away. They are related to the crows and ravens and can mimic calls of the hawk to help scare away other birds. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I agree.
Now, their color comes from a reflection of light, meaning the light passes through and then bends the light. So they're not truly a blue color, but they represent blue. So because of their bright color, they are linked to the throat chakra. Spiritually seen, one is often interpreted as a nudge to stop procrastinating and speak your truth, even if it ruffles a few feathers. Ooh, yeah. Yes. And did you know that they are like squirrels and sometimes forget about the seeds and the nuts that they've buried?
Wow.
So again, notice what aligns with how blue jays shows up for you. So in my dream book, they did not have a blue jay. So I just went with bird, and meaning of bird is spirituality, freedom, ability to soar to the highest awareness, and freedom from natural ties. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's interesting because we get to learn a little about these animals. I didn't know how territorial that blue jays were.
Right? Anytime that we can learn anything, I'm fascinated with. You know me. I love small, stupid facts. And I loved learning that about the crows, you know, that they're actually from the crow family and that they can mimic hawks. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. And that's why we're doing this podcast, so we could learn and do our rabbit holes.
Oh, yes, because we love rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we do have a rabbit in our list of animals, don't we? Because we would have to add that one to it. Rabbit holes. That's what it means to us.
I do have the book. And the book is The Guide to Getting Clarity with Your Class. No rabbit.
We're going to have to do another book. Put rabbit in there.
Yes. I agree.
Oh, all right. We'll get working on that with everything else that we're doing.
Sure.
Oh, I know.
Well, we cut down the words, we added 2 animals, and now we have some podcast companion meditations on top of that. So we're slowing down now.
We just shifted. Oh, this is a great episode. I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I always love our messages in motion episodes, though.
Yes, because it's fun, because we have no idea either one of us are going to say.
I know, and look at, I mean, like, our friends were so vastly different.
Yes, I was just so surprised with that friend. I was like, why? This is sad.
I know.
Why? So, as we wrap up today's episode of Messages in Motion, we invite you to sit what resonated most for you, the subtle nudges, the insights, the feelings that may still be unfolding. These messages don't end when the episode does. They continue moving through your life, shaping how you listen, respond, and align with what's next. And remember, each word we went through today has a companion meditation that goes along with it over on our YouTube channel at Woo Woo Seekers. So if you didn't get a clear sense through one of the clairs, or you just want to explore a word more deeply, you can always revisit it in the meditation. These are great ways to reconnect and practice your clairs, and to notice how spirit might speak differently each time. Take some time this week to notice how different animals move, the sounds they make, and how they show presence. Watch for their patterns, their energy, and their ways of communicating without words. And remember, we'd love to hear from you to see what you got with your words. Feel free to email us at woowooseekers@gmail.com. I know I said this before, but I love doing these episodes. And before we close, what are we doing next week, Becky?
In our next episodes, we're opening a brand new series, a 3-part series we're calling Guided Support. We're stepping away from the astrology for a bit to explore the different layers of unseen support available to all of us. This series is about understanding how these energies actually work in your daily life and how to recognize who is showing up for you. So part 1 is going to be animal guides. We're going to look at how nature communicates through symbols. Part 2 is going to be spirit guides. We'll focus on the mentors and the ancestors who already navigated the human experience and are here to offer their perspective as you navigate yours. Part 3 is going to be angels and guardian angels. We'll look at the structure of the celestial realms and the differences between the specialist you hired for a task and the personal guardian who's with you for the long haul. We're so excited to explore these with you, and we can't wait to guide you through the next layer of understanding. Next month's animal focus is butterfly and cardinal. And just to let you know, our newsletter drops March 1st, delivering your complete schedule of episodes for the month. You'll get access to all the guided meditations for the new words of the month, a peek at this month's astrological happenings with simple tips to navigate the energy inside astrology aspects, and our monthly tarot tidbits, where we explore the hidden meanings one card at a time. Don't miss out on your monthly dose of spiritual tools that will be delivered straight to your inbox. For that, head on over to comegetwoowoo.com and click on newsletter and subscribe today. Thank you.
Thanks for getting woo-woo with us today. If something sparked a memory, a message, or just made you smile, share it with a fellow seeker, because the journey is always better when you can grow together. Be sure to find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Woo Woo Seekers, so you can like, follow, and subscribe.
You can also follow us by visiting our website, comegetwoowoo.com. We are so much more than just another podcast. We're building a community of seekers just like us. We love hearing from you. If you've got signs, symbols, or stories that you want to share, email us at woowooseekers@gmail.com. Or any questions about today's episode, you can email us at comegetwoowoo@gmail.com.
Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and as always, come get woo-woo with us.